Let's take you to the video here of what we need to look at here. This is in People magazine. All right, right here. Brittany Renner says that she and Kevin Gates divorced after 52 days of marriage. I gave 100%. All right, so she's coming out being the victim. She said, we got married April 6th and divorced May 28th. This is a former Basketball Wives star reveals in a June 7th interview this weekend. And she revealed that she was actually married to Kevin Gates and the marriage is over. I thought it was somewhat of a secret, but I guess it's a real marriage. And it says right there, it took 52 days for them to realize that, yeah, it was over. And Brittany Renner recently converted to Islam, reassured her fans that all is well despite her marriage ending. 52 days. I mean, this is definitely a woman that's been running through the gamut. She says, I don't feel like it's a sucky situation because what is meant to be was always meant to be. Okay, they reached out to Renner and Gates for comments, but no return. She says, I followed my heart. This woman's way too old to be doing this, and that's what's more than most people can say. And I think when you do that, you get all the clarity you need and there's no stone left unturned and there's no regret. A lot of people, their issue is even just in dating and marriage, it's people just don't give it their all. They don't just go for it. Now, throw caution to the wind, just go for it. But I feel like when you do, you're at peace with whatever happens, but I gave 100%. All right, blah, blah, blah. Now, here's the deal. You guys have done some videos of why she's converted to Islam. Okay, why she's converted to Islam. We're going to find out that it more than likely had to do with Kevin Gates. Now, we have to realize that when women do something, it's not just for all men. It's for one man or two men in particularly. There's normally something else going on. And this recent conversion may have to do with Kevin Gates. Now, before we get to that video, we're going to show you this. And by the way, white people, Kevin Gates is a rapper, okay? All right, white people that are watching, like, who is Kevin Gates? Is he related to Bill Gates? No. All right, he's not related to Bill Gates. He's a very kind of a spiritual, I don't know. I can't name one song by Kevin Gates, just to be honest with you. All right, but he definitely has an identity crisis. All right, so in my opinion, the much I've seen to him comes from identity crisis. Is he from Baton Rouge? I think he's from Louisiana. I might be mistaken. But I don't know if he's a gangbanger, an Indian, a Moor, a Muslim, a black Muslim. I can't really tell. He has the black man identity crisis going on. One day he's a Mexican, the original Mexicans, the original Moors, the original Indian, the original Islams. We don't know what the fuck's going on. But I think he has a massive identity crisis. He doesn't know who the fuck he's going, where he is. All right. And he doesn't know if he's a whore, a male whore, a slut. I don't know what he is, a slut maker. All right. So I don't know what he is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what he does. He might even doesn't he like licking dookie hole? Right? He likes eating women's booty cheeks. Like, he'd be all over the place. He'd be all over the place. So I don't know what he does. And particularly, I do know his videos do come across my timeline from time to time. If someone shares it, Hollywood Insider, World Star, but I never, ever have listened to this guy's raps. All right. At all. Yeah, he's a Hebrew Israelite next week. I don't know what he's on. He's a spiritual journey ass ninja, but let's talk about this. The Money Mindset 2025. Join us if you are looking to elevate your mindset to the next level and get your financial information and game back to where it needs to be. This is the Blue Chip Mindset on steroids. We have 80 plus episodes from the last 2 years that you missed available via playback. You can get all of those episodes. Also, every live stream on Sunday night with all of our great contributors with subjects, cryptocurrency, investment, money 101, money 201. Also, if you're looking to become a social media content creator, this is the group for you. 2 times a month, we give you content creator information about how much money you can make via content creation. What are the most popular forms of content creation coming forward in the next few years, and how you can capitalize on an opportunity to be a content creator. Join patreon.com/Coach Greg Adams to find the Money Mindset link. Let's get our blue chip mindset on. The window is still open. he had a girlfriend at the time Brittany Renner was being showcased around by Kevin Gates. He has this woman who is his alleged girlfriend speaking out about him using Brittany Renner.
I'm honestly tired of being the nice, cool, laid-back girl. I'm sick of it. Men need to learn to stop with our emotions. And I'm honestly more disappointed than I am hurt. And I knew what I was getting myself into with a rapper. But there's just certain things that are just way too disrespectful. I'm tired of this man f***ing with me when it's convenient or beneficial to him. I give too much love to be treated like this.
All right. So
and the one thing you've always told me is that I have a really big heart.
All right. As you can see, these guys, it's the same thing. Same story, same hoe, different state, different city. They all share the same niggas. All right. They all go for the top tier guys. And then they come out here complaining on the back end. Meanwhile, your goofy ass with 25 thread count sheets thinking these women are going to go for you. They're not.
And that's why men like you take advantage of it. Was this the clout y'all was looking for to make herself lit on her little show for Basketball Wives? Because she has no one else, obviously. Knowing that I was just laid up in the bed with you.
There it is right there. She was allegedly with Kevin Gates the next day, and then the next day he's with Brittany Renner. And oh, by the way, he's legally married to another woman, all right, which gets it crazy right there. A woman named Drika. Yes, Kevin Gates is married to this woman named Drika. All right, let's go ahead and show you right here. Legally married to Drika. And they've had at least 3 children. And boy, does she have a tattoo clear across her chest. Ring the bell. I mean, goodness. Here we go right here. All right. And so when you guys know, man, there's women of all ilks that are going to throw punani at guys like this. It doesn't matter if you think they're corny or whatnot and have an identity crisis, can't rap. All right. There are girls like this that are going to throw it at him. So she's legally married to this woman named Drika. All right. So we have Drika. We have this woman out here claiming to be side chick to Drika, but also mad and jealous about Kevin Gates parading around with Brittany Renner. All right, so this is a whole mess. So when people are going to say, well, Kevin Gates going to get the finesse and divorce, not so fast. All right, not so fast. So let's play the video of Brittany Renner talking about it, and then we're going to play a breakdown video on the whole thing so you can understand how did Brittany Renner arrive at being a Muslim. Okay, it was for Kevin Gates. All right, so let me see if I can find the video here. I thought I had it queued up, but I didn't have it queued up. All right, Brittany Renner. And you guys know who Brittany Renner is. I don't think we need to talk about it here. Here we go. Right here should be queued up right here. Okay, so
and we're rolling. All right. I am trying to make you uncomfortable.
No, yeah. I mean, I think for me, it's like, in my mind, I'm kind of like, why is any man giving me a handshake, a hug?
Yeah, I was like, what about a... And we did this.
We did this.
Air high five.
Because I just feel like there should be no man touching me except my husband.
Mr. Gates. Yeah. Are you guys married? Or is this like a... yeah, I don't know. How does this... I mean, first of all, Kevin's the best. Mm-hmm. You got to keep her. He's a great guy. Very, very, very... Is he still? Are you guys? Is he going? Did you release his semen retention?
Okay, first of all, you guys like 3 questions. So
okay, well, yeah. Well, first things first. He was doing semen retention last time I saw him. Has the retention been lifted?
Okay, well, that's a question you would have to ask him.
Okay.
But we got married April 6th and divorced May 28th.
So you're divorced?
Yes. But there is a 90-day waiting period in Islam where it's basically you have 90 days to see if you're pregnant because then he would be responsible, right? And then also in those 90 days, it's for reconciliation because Allah wants you to stay married. And then during those 90 days, you are not to entertain anybody romantically. So what I will say is that Islam has made my life a lot easier. I think even with this transition and things changing. Right. Honestly, it's like, I don't think anybody gets married to not stay married. So I think my biggest thing for me is this is a nice 90-day reset, just focusing on myself and pouring into myself. And what I also will add is that I followed my heart, and that's more than what most people can say in this world. And I have no shame in that. That's why I'm here. BET Awards. As you can see, I'm out here on this blacktop by myself.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, enough about Brittany. I can't even I don't like to listen to her talk. As a matter of fact, if she was born without a voice, it would be good. All right, but she doesn't make much sense about any damn thing she talks about, and she talks out of her ass quite a bit. So you can see this clown show we have going on here. You have this guy, Kevin Gates, being married. Also, Brittany Renner claiming to marry him under Islam. And we have a side chick that he's supposed to be banging the night before, but he's supposed to be divorcing her and having 90 days of purity and seminal retention. All right, okay. But let's break it down. We have a great video by a content creator named Kiki. Kiki, 149,000 subscribers. Thank you, Kiki. Fair use. We're going to play this video of how Brittany Renner got here. What you want to pay attention to is that there is a potential that Brittany Renner converted to Islam for Kevin Gates. Let's play the video, Kiki.
Brittany, you preach that you don't want to deal with a man that deals with multiple women, yet you're dealing with one. How contradicting is that? And I'm all about being devoted to one God, but do it for the right reasons. You literally turned to Islam because you're on your last leg. Women always want to turn to religion as their last outlet.
Y'all, Brittany Renner done got her heart handed back to her in a halal wrap with no sauce, no sides, and no ring. Word on the curb is after months, maybe years of dreaming about being Kevin Gates' spiritual soulmate, sis allegedly found out she ain't even the main character in this story. Nah, she the side chick. And we ain't even talking just side chick to his wife, which was glaringly obvious. Kevin got a whole roster of women. And what makes it worse, she wasn't just flirting with the man, she was allegedly finna marry him. Converting religion, studying Arabic, prepping for a whole nikah like this was her redemption arc. And the plot twist, man still posting Drecka like she was his forever.
It's Drecka, not Drakea. All right, Drecka. And boy, I mean, BBL. All right, let's continue here.
Other chick named Persian P been claiming him, and Kevin himself been moving like a man with a...
So this is Persia P. Sorry for the interruption. This is Persia... Oh, wow. Okay, so this is Persia P. Persian P?
He was his forever. Some other chick named...
So this is Persian P. I'm assuming is this woman. I can see the resemblance there. But as you can see, manufactured. All right, so... These IG models, I don't know what Persian P does, but it probably revolves around this.
When I start selling pussy,
yeah,
I don't want to hear
and so
it.
you guys watch these Instagram models. You guys need to stop following these IG models. They all are for sale, all right? And they're already touching the top 10% of men in some sort of way, or if not getting pee-peed in their mouth in allowances. But that's neither here nor there. Let me continue. Wrong video.
Named Persian P been claiming him, and Kevin himself been moving like a man with a harem and a vision board. Now Brittany somewhere curled up crying over Quran verses she barely just learned. You can't make this up. Let's rewind the footage for the folks in the back.
Because I feel like we're all kind of curious. So like, are you single or what's up?
Am I single and ready to mingle?
Single and mingling.
I'm not looking for nobody. I'm not looking for nobody.
Brittany and Kevin first started popping up around each other back in 2018 to 2019. Y'all remember that little stretch when she was outside every week, glowing and giggling on IG, and Kevin Gates was talking about drinking bathwater and aligning chakras? The energy between them was real. They were both in their rebranded but still toxic era. Kevin talking all deep and mystic, Brittany leaning into her feminine energy. Child, they were low-key perfect for each other. I say perfect because the gag should have been player meets player, but somewhere, somehow, things shifted. Slowly, quietly. Till next thing you know, Brittany go from finessing ball players to posting prayer hands and covering her hair. Not even a soft launch. She jumped straight into spiritual alignment like she was trying to be Mrs. Gates of Medina. So boom, 5 months ago, Brittany Renner steps out looking like she just left Friday prayer with the aunties, and the internet noticed. Sis had the hijab, the modesty talk, the whole transformation. And while...
So, deep down inside, this is why I titled it Brittany Renner Gets Finessed, all right? And you see what she was aiming for. She was aiming for the top spot, just like Daphne was aiming for the top spot with Diddy. So was Cassie. and even Persian P, where Draka has the top spot. And so much so that she started to go into her final form, which was Islam. So this woman's connecting her conversion to Islam to Kevin Gates. Wow. When you change gods for a person, that means that they have the power. Okay? There's always going to be a guy. Remember that woman that said, guys, when you see a cute girl, when she gives you eye contact, approach. And then I said, that's not for all men. That's for a certain man. She wants a certain man to approach. So she went viral. And then a lot of guys were like, nah, don't approach women at the gym type of thing, right? Which we know common sense. But that video was made with one man in mind. This is the same thing with Brittany Renner. Her conversion to Islam seems to be connected to her need or want to be with Kevin Gates. All right. And she thought this was going to get her front place in the line.
She just left Friday prayer with the aunties, and the internet noticed. Sis had her own time, their own leaved you if you wasn't loving up on Mr. Gates. Now, don't get me wrong. Folks find faith in their own time, their own way, and if Brittany genuinely had a spiritual awakening, good for her. But the math wasn't mathing for everybody, because it just so happened that her rebirth came right after she allegedly started linking up with Kevin again. And this ain't Kevin the rapper. This Kevin the Sufi sex sage, the one talking about energy exchange, soul contracts, and astral projection. But still out here dipping in every woman's vibe like it's buffet hour. So while Brittany was busy studying Surah al-Baqarah, Kevin was allegedly still eating off multiple plates. His wife Dreka's, Brittany's, Persian P, and whoever else was spiritually available.
Knowing that I was just laid up in the bed with you, Brittany, you preach that you don't want to deal with a man that deals with multiple women, yet you're dealing with one. How contradicting is that?
By the way, that woman that said when men cheat, they're always going to be a woman that wants to be number one, versus when women cheat, they don't cheat better. The man doesn't want to replace the guy. All right. All the time. So the guy will stay silent and play his position. Where women don't play their position, they'll get up here and fight for one guy. Yeah, they will.
And I'm all about being devoted to one God, but do it for the right reasons. You literally turn to Islam because you're on your last leg. Women always want to turn to religion as their last outlet.
Oh, Jesus.
Now this is where it really started sounding like a Hulu documentary in the making.
Now, what is this nigga got? What is these Indian? I would call them Indian feathers. Maybe I'm wrong, but what is this? Right? What do we got here going on? Is this some spiritual journey? Okay.
Word on these digital streets is Brittany wasn't just talking Islam, she was walking Islam straight down the aisle. Allegedly, sis been telling folks she was prepping for a full Muslim wedding with Kevin, like for real, nikah ready. She was out here browsing modest gowns, asking what colors was culturally appropriate, and looking up bridal Mindy designs like she was finna be somebody's shika. But hold up, let's rewind, cause Kevin Gates still legally married to Dreka. Yes, that Dreka. The same one he been posted up talking about my rib and my piece, and yet Brittany allegedly moving like the first wife had already exited stage left. Child, the delusion wasn't just loud, it was dressed in white. But it get crazy, cause even if Kevin was a serious practitioner of the faith, Brittany should have known he's allowed more than one wife. But personally, I don't think nobody take that man serious. Nobody but Brittany, of course.
Out with the old, in with the new, manifesting a new wardrobe, inshallah. I have no idea how this is gonna look.
See, Kevin ain't new to this confusion. He been causing chaos since the minute he got in the booth and decided to rap about enlightenment and booty eating in the same breath. He's what we call a spiritual menace. Deep 1 minute, doing the absolute most the next. And don't forget, this ain't his first entanglement and mess. Him and Dreka been together forever, but also rumored to be doing their own thing. Allegedly cheating, separated, reunited, and keeping the marriage alive through vibes and legal paperwork. So when Brittany entered the chat, folks was like, oh, okay, just another chapter in Kevin's open book, open marriage, open trifling theology. But Brittany, she ain't walking in like a casual link. Sis was packing baggage, bridal hopes, and blessings from the ancestors, and that's where the wires got crossed. Because that's how you go from them looking like a couple who just got back from a retreat in Mecca and a hood day party in Baton Rouge. Kevin turning right back round and posting up Dreka, again calling her his foundation, his queen, and his spiritual compass. Huh? So what Brittany's supposed to be? The tour guide? The compass holder? Allegedly, it was around this time someone close to Kevin finally let Brittany know what time it really was. That she should stop chasing this man, and baby, when that truth dropped, Brittany went quiet, like real quiet. That type of quiet where you replay.
This is some serious tea here. This is some serious tea. But shout out to that content creator. I can't tell if she's AI or reading from a script, but if she's reading from a script, it is very well put together script. If she's AI, shout out to the AI voice. But as you can see what's going on here, Brittany Renner gets finessed, but I don't think their marriage was legal. So in order for them to be a divorce in the court of law, I don't think there's going to be that type of marriage. I think he was able to finesse her to get married without the state. All right, without the state. So I don't think he's going to lose any money related to this, but there could be situations where she can make a case for it. The marriage was very relatively short, so there's not an entitlement. There's not community property or any of that. Sounds like she got finessed, and as Persian P saying, she got finessed. All right, so it's all that Kevin Gates was able to run around with this confusing identity crisis, all right, by saying you're Muslim one day and Native American the next and spiritual, that he got her caught up into this final phase of the religious queen. I think if we see her pivot out of this, which I think we will, okay, I think we're going to see her pivot out of this. If she does pivot out of this, then it will be revealed that she's a fraud, which would not be a surprise for me. All right, it would not be a surprise. But what happened in those 52 days? Kevin Gates, the Islam Muslim, was clapping mad cheeks. All right, goodness gracious. If you can keep up with this. Just to show you how she's going to pivot out of it. You already know she's going to take that hijab off.